Good afternoon. Shabbat Shalom to the 12 tribes. Yasarel, the house of Yehuda, this is the day Yahweh has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Brothers and sisters, I want to say I give the Most High all esteem, all glory, because of his grace and his mercy and his love and kindness. Um, I humble myself before his throne. I've been away because I've been going through some things. But I'm grateful that he has me in his loving arm, and no matter what the storm may go, I'm just grateful to him. I give him all esteem. I been going through some things which I ain't gonna give my enemies no power, but I just want to say, when he calls for you to move, move. When he calls for you to do something different, do something different. And we know about the scriptures when he called people to do something when they felt like they didn't have enough or they lacked certain things. This is they stepped out on faith. So a lot of us, especially the remnant, a lot of us are in a stepping out on faith season. Even though this is a new season, this is a new earth, this is a new year. But a lot of us may be in that wilderness season, or some of y'all still might be. Y'all might be delivered from that wilderness season, or some of y'all are about to start this wilderness season. But I just want to shed some light on y'all about the situation that y'all going through, because when I speak, I don't only speak just to speak to you. I was speaking to myself in my situation. Recently, I shared on social media, and I wrote contents and stuff like that. I was dealing with a family that practiced divination. I was staying with family that was practicing divination, but I was under attack with a lot of witchcraft. These are people I love and care about the most. I always was there for them. I've been through. I was gaslighted through family. I'm talking about family, the ones you're born into. Mother, brothers, aunts, cousins, uncles, no matter who they are. You know, and a lot of some of y'all may have went through this situation or facing this situation. I know with me, I always was taught to devalue my situation and look at the other person's situation. So a lot of y'all might be like, why do I have to double down on me and had to hold them into high regards, their situation. I got to look at their situation and have compassion. And when you look at when it comes to your situation, you have to suck it up. But I'll tell you one thing, they have no power. You have power. Because if you are being treated this way, you rank high in the heavenly realms. You do. You've been called, you've been set apart. You've been put here on an assignment. A lot of y'all don't know what's going on with me. How am I a subject to scorn and ridicule and jealousy and wickedness and hatred? Because you've been set apart. You've been set apart for a reason, for a mission in this season. Because this is the days that we're living in, where this is a new earth. And The spirit that's in us, we gotta let that light shine. No matter what you're going through, no matter what the storm is. And this sucks that you go through that, but we're not gonna speak defeat. We cannot speak defeat in our situations. We're gonna have to speak life in an abundant season. And we're gonna speak these things as we already have it, and we're gonna be grateful and thankful. Because a lot of y'all about to prepare yourselves. But we're going to stay grounded on the word, on his word, and we're going to wear it around our throats, around our necks, around our hearts, around our minds, and our soul, and our spirit. This is how we win, because this is a winning season for us. You know, some of y'all just now start waking up. So I just want to encourage you to let you know that it's going to get tough. But he gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. So if you hear with the sound of my voice, just know the Most High, Yahuwah Aluah, he has you covered. He keeps you covered under his mighty wing. He's a protective hedge. But we have to go through it. We've been made last for a night or in the season. But in the morning, joy comes. But that day is like a thousand years to him. So his timing is his timing, his perfect timing. But I want to encourage you, no matter what, don't give up. Do not give up. Do not give in. Do not give the enemy an inch. Stay in your word. Stay grounded. I thought I was out my wilderness season after being homeless for 5 years. I don't know how many years I've been out in these streets. When I was battling, I didn't know what I was battling, you know. But I'm here under my Father's authority, and just to shed light, to bring hope to those who are about to start facing these things. But not knowing I was still subject to these battles, these narcissistic people, these people in my family that practice divination, you know, that's in these covens, these dark covens, and just being rebellious against the Most High. But they say they worship him with their lips, but their heart is far from him. I got instructed to move. But even though this is what really happened, I was under so much witchcraft I didn't know. But the more and more I cry out to him, the more and more I got a way to get clarity. More the spells wouldn't work. And it got to the point where it got revealed who was doing the witchcraft. And I knew it. And the person knew that I knew it because the person was spying on me. And I was staying with this person. And they get together and everything else with other relatives of mine and stuff like that. They done stole from me. They done stole what was left from me. Do a passing of a family member. I don't know, it was one of my aunts or my grandmother. Whoever it was, they stole from me. They stole my inheritance. And they try to block my destiny. But they had no more power. Because it was working at first, but I got hip to the fact. So my prayer life became, my petition, my palau became stronger. You know, it wasn't always perfect, but when you dive into the word and you start believing in the Most High, and when you start seeking his face first, Meditate on his word, study it, show yourself approved, and he will open up your eyes. He will open up that spiritual eyes, and you'll see through that spiritual lens. And you will see your enemy. And the enemy will expose themselves. So it got to the point that it wasn't working anymore. Got to the point where it was reversing on them. They wanted me out, thinking that things were gonna get better, but things didn't get better for them. I'm not condemning them or nothing. Like I said, I love my family. I petition for them that they seek the Most High, that they have a relationship with Him, that He have mercy on them, because He showed me mercy. This is our job as a body of believers. Those who know the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, those who know Yahuwah Aluah, the great I am, those who believe in His words, those who obedient to His statutes, laws, and commandments. We are the remnant. We are the house of Yasharel, the tribe of Yehuda, our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But I got kicked out. Told me I had to go. Gave me a little bit of time. I knew my time was coming, though, but dealing with family that mistreated me, after I was out here in the world, I can't sugarcoat nothing. I can't lie about nothing. There's a lot of things I did I wasn't proud of, because I went through all type of trauma in my life. Instead of learning how to heal from it, I ran from it. I sought comfort in other things, people, places, situations, groups, porn, alcohol, drug abuse, idolizing things, basically just being a hypocrite and a heathen out in these streets, being rebellious to the Most High, because I always knew He was real. I always knew He existed. And I knew if I denounced Him, that is something I couldn't do. And I didn't believe in that. Regardless, I was out here doing my wrong. But I didn't realize I was under attack. I didn't realize I had a curse put on my life ever since I was here. Ever since I took my breath. I didn't know that. I just found this out not too long ago. And it gets deep and it gets real. So I'm just wanting to share with you, my testimony and my journey. And my journey is still unfolding, But I've been silent because I've been quiet, and I've been distracted. I've been distracted, being pulled here, there, and hearing this and seeing this, believing in that, hoping and wishing and praying, petitioning for this. I was just being stretched. I wasn't quiet in my mind. But I've been petitioning to the Most High to deliver me from this circumstances that I was in. But, He has me out here for a reason. Even though this is my time, this is my winning season. This is my time to be the first. This is my time to be the head, not to lack anything. And I stand on this and I declare and decree over my life. But I'm still, some reasons, like I'm still seeking validation from other people when I really don't care. But I'm back out here in these streets, facing the elements, not be able to have proper sleep. Look at the bags on my eyes. I'm just telling you, my eyes are heavy. This is taking everything that's in me to come to speak to you today, to let y'all know that I petition for y'all. I haven't forgot about none of y'all. And I'm here and to be a hope and to be a guide, to inspire change in us as a people. as a set apart nation, as humanity. Um, this is what I've been called to do. This is what I've been led to do. It sits well with my spirit and my soul. That I'm able to speak to you. It may not come how you want it to come, but I just petition that it hit your soul and your spirit. Um, I've been crying out back in my wilderness season, even though I'm in the wilderness, I'm out of it because I know what he has for me is better. My latter days are way, 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 way better than my former days. So I'm grateful that I wasn't in the same situation I was a year ago. And this journey started for me a year ago. Basically, the journey started for me when he started opening my eyes. He started letting me know, like, look, this is what it is. This is who, these are the people, these are your enemies, the people in your community, your so-called friend circle, your family. And you look closely, you see the world, the relationships, all these things. But like I said, I give, and just to start this, I make this clear to everybody. Even the ones that are my enemies that are watching in these fake accounts, those are monitoring these devices. Those, you got people that's around me right now, sitting behind me, on the side of me, in the rooms, just watching me. I give y'all no power. Y'all have no power. I do not consent to you. I did not invite you. But hey, so if you want to sit and watch, you can just sit and watch. Observe. You can take notes. You can do all the things that you think you can do. I don't fear you. I really don't acknowledge you. I know what it is, but I don't accept it. I don't accept because I didn't invite you. The things that you want from me, out of hatred, out of jealousy, out of wickedness, scripture says, touch not my anointing, do my prophets no harm. Contend against those who contend against me. For the Most High is my shield. I call on his name. He's my solid rock. He's my foundation. He's my strong tower. He's my fortress. He's my protective hedge. I'm his son. And I've been redeemed. There's a whole world dug a pit for me. I suffered. I had the world against me. So great is he that's in me than he is in the world. I declare and decree that over my life in this situation right now as I'm speaking with you. And I declare and decree that over the remnant, the set apart nation, those he's chosen, those who have been woken up and those who are waking up right now. So we give him all the esteem, all the glory. We praise his holy name, for his throne sits on high and he looks down low. This earth is his footstool. So his enemy is our enemy, and our enemy is his enemy. So he gave us power to trample on these snakes and cobras, these broods of vipers, the synagogue of Satan, his demons, and Satan himself. So I decree it, I declare it, and we are good. Now, I cried out. I've been crying out, but I've been getting chastised, because put it like this. I was arguing with my father. I was arguing with our father because of my situation. I was told to leave the situation I was in, even though I got kicked out. My family don't care about me. They don't. Hey, I don't blame them. I can't blame them. I love them and I forgive them. I don't wish my enemies to go through it. I don't never want anybody to walk in my shoes. They won't. They don't want me to have it. Either they want it for themselves or don't want to have it, but they don't want me to have it. but it's not theirs to decide. It's already been decided from from the heavens, from the Most High. So, but I've been put back out here in this wilderness because the life He has for me. So I had to stay obedient to it and just wait till His proper time. And it gets lonely out here. It gets not to complain about my situations. I'm grateful. I have everything to be grateful for just because He saved me from the snares of the fowler. He saved me from the pit that the world dug for me. My enemies dug for me. My enemies in my family, in my community, frenemies, relationships, past relationships, and this whole world. You know, I really don't lack anything because it's in me to speak my life into existence. You know, I'm already living that life that's abundant. I'm waking up to it more and more every day until it manifests itself in the physical. Ain't nothing what nobody can do or say to stop the Most High. It's not that I'm bragging or boasting and putting it out there for the enemy. I'm not talking to them right now. I'm talking to y'all, the body of believers, those who walked away, those who are called for this special time. You know, and like in some ways, like I'm seeking validation, but I'm not seeking validation. You know, just like the Messiah said, just like Yahusha said in the scriptures, when I was hungry, did you feed me? When I needed shelter, did you give me a place to lay my head? When I was sick, did you come visit me? When I was locked up, any of these things, you know, I put myself out there on social media, on my Facebook page, you know, asking for help, you know, because I've been sleeping out here in this weather, getting cold, windy, rainy, with no shelter, just surviving these things. And on the way out, but I had to realize it's bigger than me. Even though I was out here for a while, and some years, maybe 5 years, and before then, you know, I was out there wild, you know, been locked up. I did all these things, but I forgave myself. But then to get put back out there, just be like, look, you already have it. It's just when I'm ready to give it to you. But it's bigger than me. I see our sisters and our brothers. I see humanity. Things are being reversed now. It's like that movie Bamboozle. You know, when we was originally scorned, when we was being brutalized, brutalized, victimized, beaten, hung, raped, oppressed, kept resources from us. Then the script flipped. Blacks was in charge. Whites was poor. Things are starting to reverse itself. But at the end of the day, I'm back out here because I had to look really deep, you know, and it hurts me to see our sisters and brothers out here on these streets just they in these elements, and they're not alone, and I'm out here with them, and it gives me clarity and it strengthens me, even though I'm in a position where to experience all over again how the world has did us as a people, as a nation, as humanity, a disservice that's scattered throughout the four corners, this diaspora. You know, some of them have blankets, sleeping bags, you know, pillows and stuff. But I'm sleeping on benches, you know, with the same outfit on I have on every day. But I'm grateful that I am clothed and I'm in my right mind. I'm sober-minded today. You know, I'm thankful for when he delivered me, because I spoke this into existence, that one day that he was going to deliver me, that taste was going to leave me. No alcohol, no drugs, no porn, no fornication, no lusting. Man, I walk these streets, man, I can't even sleep at night. And I walk this concrete jungle seeing the favor of the Most High on my life. As I can walk through these things and I see these things, and I just see our brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters, our elders alike are lost. They got these dispensaries that's open, that's selling poison, different strands of marijuana. I don't even like, so I can't even stand the smell of marijuana, cigarette smokes. You know, people coming up to me more and more because the enemy knows what I used to do and how I used to do it. And they ask me. Old people start popping up out of nowhere, and then he started revealing me my enemies, those who side with these dark covenants. And I see how they are dying off, how sickly they are. You know, past friendships that try to suck me in to go down a path that they was ready for me to go down for they can destroy me. Just coming up. The higher the position, you know, the more the attacks, the higher the attacks. You know, the enemy is relentless. He won't stop. So I can't stop. That means I got to dive harder in my word, because I am a co-creator of the word. I got to have a strong prayer life, petition, palau, because there's power. There's power when we petition to the Most High. We have to be on the same level. You got to be on the same level. So it hurts me to see our sisters and brothers, our sons and daughters, these young kids out here walking up and down the street, sleeping, being homeless, you know, sick from the poison that's been polluted on this earth with the drug use, with marijuana. Marijuana was a plant that was grown, that it was supposed to be ingested, not smoked. Part of the herbs with the fruits and vegetables that will heal us when we were sick. But somewhere down the line, it got to the point where we were supposed to smoke it, when the word said for us to be sober-minded. To be sober-minded. Not to pollute our minds. See, this is what the enemy does. He plants drugs and alcohol and poison in the community and the people. They already destroyed us a long time ago. We destroyed ourselves a long time ago because we start being rebellious when he tells you not to do these things, not to partake in these things. But I see it, and I'm out here witnessing. I see our young men and our young women out here clubbing, wearing less and less and less and less. Raining and cold, they're coming out here with straw dresses on, see-through, short shorts, cleavage hanging out. You know, I watched this young lady get out of the car. See me, turned around and start bending and showing her. That stuff don't appeal to me. That do not appeal to me. That is not attractive. That is a Jezebel spirit. A spirit that has a demonic presence in and investing in these bodies. And this is what's going on with the drugs, with the music, with the alcohol. I can understand like certain music. A lot of people just stay away from secular music. But it depends if it has a message. If it encourages love, if it encourages relationships, if it encourages to uplift one another, that we speak in life with one another, this is how we grow, this is how we elevate. And if it's not worldly by bringing in Satan, I don't see nothing wrong with it. I do not see nothing wrong with it. Now, if it's the type of music that promotes promiscuity, rebellion, drug use, drug abuse, rape, murder, and stuff like that, no, that's noise. That is straight noise. And he doesn't like that noise. But a lot of these things have messages. A lot of these music that speaks to your soul, that motivates you, that encourages, that gives you hope. Like, yes, there is someone out there for me. There's people out there that loves me, that petitions for me, that encourages me, that lets me up to be the best that I can be. Now, I don't see nothing wrong with that music. But the poison that's been put on this earth through these record execs, these pharmaceutical companies and stuff like that, they was locking us up for having marijuana, for smoking marijuana, but now they done cornered the market and profited, and then they got different strands of marijuana. Poison, poison, poison. When you open up a liquor bottle, beer, alcohol, strong alcohol and stuff like that, wines and spirits, they had these spirits in them. This is where the demon comes in there. And a lot of these people, man, I see it, and it hurts me. It hurts me. Not just for myself, but it hurts me because just to see the people, how things are, and it just makes me fight harder, and it gives me ideas and motivation for me, because he's the father of us all. And the enemy is a liar. He's a liar straight from hell. And he's telling us this is okay for us to be this way. And a lot of people, they don't sold their soul. I done met people that say they sold their soul for money. I got family members that sold their soul. The love of money is the root of all evil. A lot of them sold their soul. They stole. Thou shalt not steal. I mean, we all done something wrong. We all have sinned and fallen short. Yes, we have. Fallen short of to the glory of the Most High. We all have. But once we surrender to his will, we humble ourselves before his throne, and we ask him to search our heart. If anything that's in us that's not of him, to purify us, to keep us on that potter wheel, to mar us, to prune us, so he can use us to reach other people. I've been asking for that for my whole life. Please use me in a way that's going to bring honor and glory to him. See, that's why we had, and scripture says, be careful. There's power in the prayer. Be careful. You got to know what you're asking for. Because once he's like, okay, I'm about to answer your prayer. Are you ready? You asked for this. Now, I'll show you. You can unseen what I'll show you. Because if you turn your back on me, this is what's going to happen. So, I'm out here daily and nightly. I'm not speaking this into my existence. That doesn't sit well with me. Not out of pride, out of ego, or I'm chasing this and that, whatever. It's not what he has for me. That's not his promise for me. So it doesn't sit well with me. What sits well with me, that I'm grateful that I'm still alive. That I'm able to see in the spiritual, that have a close relationship with my Father. It is, I petition that the universe, my Father, Abba, the universe, my Father, Abba, Yahuwah, Aluah. He is spirit. He is supernatural. There's no limit. That what I'm saying right now through these devices, that he can use this to amplify, to spread out through the whole world. But yeah, I've been out here high 1 minute, down 1 minute, high 1 minute, down 1 minute, crying out for people to see me. But it ain't for people to see me unless he revealed to them who I am. But I've been praying, I've been crying out for relief under this, being back out here, because the witchcraft didn't work on my life no more. But I caught them in their little meeting circle, and I told them, they're gonna come a day y'all gonna wish that y'all done right by me, because they stole from me, they gaslight me, they hate me, they jealous, they put me through humiliation rituals. not to bring it up, like a lot of people. I spoke with my mom last night, and I prayed that He show her mercy. I remember as a child crying out what I was subject to, but I had to take a back seat to what things I was subject to, and had to give grace to those who suffered some stuff. You have to understand what they went through, but what I went through ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter no more. They need to repent, ask for forgiveness, and confess their sins, because they don't. He's going to make an example. Vengeance is His and His alone. I don't wish ill will on nobody, not in my enemies. I do not. And my Father, I ask you to search my heart with all sincerity. He knows I'm tired of the lies, of the manipulations, of these spell work they try to do, which have no power. How they look at me, how they project themselves on me. For what? I did nothing to you. I did not come at you. What? You just hate me because I exist? But that's my thing. I exist. I exist because I'm here under my Father's authority. So at the end of the day, He never lost a battle. He never will. But as I dig deeper into scriptures, and things are being revealed to me more and more, and I put out these contents for people to wake up to what's really, really going on. And like I said, and I heard it before. You never know who He has on assignment. You never know who He has on assignment. And this is our time. This is our time to rise. This is our time to wake up. This is our time to change this spoil, this earth, that these dark covenants, these secret societies, these men and women that rose in power off of lies and deceit. Their time is coming up. Their time is up. But I'm out here crying for someone, people, the body of believers, the remnant, those who know. I put like this: you did nothing to me. This is only for the select few who He has for me, and this is for this one special person. You did nothing to me. You have done nothing to me. We all go through a journey in life. We all had to experience some things, and things happen because either my timing wasn't off, because I didn't know who I was, and it's not your fault. You live your life. You don't have to worry about nothing. Anybody, anyone. No matter what you're going through right now, we know that's not for you. It's not for you. He knows what's best for you, and I know what's best for you. I said my piece. I said what I said. I reached out to you on many occasions. Whatever that pride, let go of that pride, let go of that ego. Don't worry about nothing. If you are engulfed in the word and you know what the Messiah said, come as you are, let this be a lesson. Let this be a warning to you. Come as you are. Things don't have to be perfect. You choose the things to be perfect. It don't have to be perfect. If it's all well with me, if I tell you it's all well with me, it's all well with me. It is all well with me. It don't have to be this and that. Things have to be set in motion. Certain things. Just if I called you and I chose you and I told you and I let you know, this is where I stand with you. You don't have to do all the extra. You don't have to do extra. I'm not asking for extra. I'm just asking you just to see me, hear me. I understand what I'm going through. I understand what you're going through, and I know you have your hands full. Like I said, he doesn't matter if he, you know, I don't devalue anybody's success story. When he uses you, when he elevates you, I support it 110%. Don't want nothing from you. You know, I just know what he has for me and what's due me. It can only get better when we're together. You know, this is ordained by the Most High. This is ordained by the universe. This is ordained by our forefathers and ancestors and the Malachims, which is the angels. You know, because the work we put in on this earth, what we sow good things. You know, we didn't come after people. People came after us. You know, in our family, in the world, in these relationships. This is what happened to us. You know, we may did some foolish things. I know I have. But at the end of the day, I forgive myself. I mean, honestly, I forgive. Maybe there's some things I might need you to help me heal. And there's some things you might need me to help you heal. But I'll tell you one thing. But what he has for us, and this is what we are to each other, I'm telling you, you are my motivation. You are my inspiration. You are my shoulder. You are my closest friend. You are the love of my life. You are who I desire, who I choose to stand with and to support, and to have you to stand by me, you know, not being above you, not being beneath you, but you are that missing rib. You are my Mary Magdalene. And we know Mary supported Yahusha's ministry. And that's one thing the world don't know. But when he reveals and pours into us his secrets, we cannot deny it. We hold these words to be true. That we already know what was commissioned in the books, what was kept from the books. The Dead Sea Scrolls, the Apocrypha. A lot of these things were buried and hidden. Like we already know when we say the gospel, you know that's the wrong term. That's why we said the good news. The good news of Philip, the good news of Timothy, the good news of Mary. The disciples hated Mary. They was jealous of Mary because the Messiah poured more into her than he did the disciples. So that's one thing what the enemy has done. You know, and I'm thankful and grateful for yesterday. When I went out, I took what I needed to take and I left the rest. But I know for a fact that what's right, what's wrong. You know, people been conditioned to learn a certain way. And they hold on the words, and they hold on the words to be true. And they dispute it. And at the end of the day, but when the truth is being revealed, he moved his spirit on people. He pulled his spirit out on people. So I'll put it like this. You know, I'm grateful and thankful. I'm in a situation where I've been instructed not to leave a house, but I don't have a roof over my head. And my life is in danger out here on these streets with these groups, with these secret societies. But greater is he that is in me than he is in the world. So he knows all and sees all. But if he gives me instruction not to be in the house, and if I don't have no income, but I'm being obedient to his word, how I'm going to put a roof over my head? I'm just going to go up to a place and be like, hey, I need a room for the night. But, you know, they need money. Who's willing to step up for me? You pray for me. You encourage me. I'm hearing people and saying, you just got to hold on. You just got to fight. You know, you just got to stay keeping faith and stuff like that. Yeah, even faith is as small as a mustard seed. I have all these things, but it hasn't been given to me yet because the enemy in the spirit and in the physical and everything else, and I had to wait on him. But I'm out here in this wilderness, just needing shelter. You know, I put it out here. I don't have to beg for nothing because I lack nothing. Until it manifests itself into the physical, I'm out here by myself, not able to commune with my Father in the spirit because he speaks to us while we're sleeping. We get our information from him while we're sleeping. And I haven't had no sleep. I am tired. I'm literally tired. Going back and forth, walking up and down these streets. My feet are hurting. My knees are hurting. Freezing. I have to endure it. And I got to count it all joy. And I got to be grateful and thankful. Not to be sounding sarcastic or nothing like that. But it's just a lot of people. They say it until they experience it for themselves. Then when they experience it for themselves, we're gonna have to see. You're gonna see how your faith is gonna be tested. Because a lot of y'all haven't experienced. I ain't saying most people haven't, but a lot of people haven't experienced a wilderness season, or maybe you being able to, but from not knowing who you was to be subject for so many things for so many years and get delivered and get treated the way you treated through these narcissistic people, to be put back out on the street. And when he tells you not to have this job, to walk away from this job, don't accept this, don't accept that. You need to keep your eyes focused on me, and I will supply all your needs. And at the end of the day, you need a roof over your head. And you're tired of sleeping in these elements. You're tired of sleeping, not being able to put things in your body that's make you eat health, so you accepting these things. You know, like I said, when I speak to you, I'm not just speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself as well. You know, because this is what I'm subject to. This is what I've been going through. This is what I'm going through. You accepting certain foods because, yeah, he has us to fast. And there's plenty of times fasting means not just for food. It can be from the things that you listen to, things that you watch, the devices, certain people, this thing when he asks you to do these things, but it's like it's healthy, but we all got fetishes and we all got weaknesses and stuff like that. We try to stay away from these things and stuff because we try to eat healthy. When you're not able to afford the things for you to eat healthy, to be obedient, you have to be forced to eat anything just to keep your strength up. When you're tired, when you're in here freezing, when you're out here in the cold, you can't sleep. So you got to keep your body moving, to keep that blood flowing and stuff like that, to warm up your body. Then you get to the point where your feet ache, your toes ache, your knees ache, and all this stuff, but you keep pushing. You keep pushing. And you hear people that in position that's either been baracked or been delivered and everything else, and and he's using them to tell you to hold on. I know we've been on these deers for the season and all this stuff and everything, but are you really seeing? Are you really knowing? Are you really understanding the suffering of us as a people, as a nation, as humanity that's trying their best to find shelter? It's good for a little bit when the weather is extreme, but what about for life? What about for life? People had to sleep out here in this element, regardless if it's hot or cold, windy, rain, sleet, and snow and stuff like that, regardless. They're still out here on the streets. We did good for a little bit, then we back to our normal routine. Well, this is what, what's up with these leaders, these organizations, these people these billion-dollar corporations and stuff like that. It just gives me fuel in my fire. It does, because it just lets me further know what actions I need to take in these coming days, these coming months, these coming years. Because it is sad how people care about more more what's in their pocket, what's in their bank account, or more what their community thinks of them, what they say to them, how they feel if they help a certain demographic. And a lot of these people in high positions, these are their children or their family members that they turned their back on, that they stepped on to get in the position of power. A lot of these gun lobbyists, a lot of these pharmaceutical companies, a lot of these corporations that deal in mass incarceration that support these things. But our brothers and sisters out here crying in the wilderness daily. So I cannot take it and think it's just all about me, because it's not about me. This thing is bigger than me. It is bigger than you. It is big. It is big. The responsibility is big and is huge. But not for selfishness, though, but you have to have new wineskin. How can I pour when I'm not being poured into? How can I better serve when I'm lacking sleep? And when I'm sleepy, a lot of people, when you're sleepy, you're cranky. You're not yourself when you're hungry. All these things. It's not that I want people to see me, but you have to understand, you have to have a heart that's filled with compassion and love and everything. No matter what the world is doing to you, no matter what your family members is doing to you, no matter what society is doing to you, no matter what no matter what comes your way, the only thing that you have left is your faith, is your trust, is your hope, is your belief. That's the only thing. He may speak to you through people, certain songs, certain situations, certain synchronicity. But what he has for you, he lets you know that he's not going anywhere. And it's hard. It is hard. I'm telling you, it is hard. The enemy is under attack in the spirit realm. He is under attack in the physical realm because he got into these peoples, your family members, your so-called friends in your communities. There's these dark covenants, these witches. But I'll tell you what, it is written for them to come to an end. And I declare and decree that over my life. All these altars of witchcraft, just like the altars of Baal. The Most High Yahuwah Aluah come down with his consuming fire to destroy. Send his Malach, Michael, with his blazing sword to destroy those who come against his children, the remnant, humanity, with their witchcraft and their sorcery. Those who hide behind these secret societies, dark covenants, not by my will, but by my Father's will. Vengeance is his. That's why we don't seek vengeance on anybody. We forgive. It is hard to forgive. A lot of us say we forgive, but do we really forgive? We don't forget. No. The scars that's in us, let him heal it. Let him heal it. And we use that as a remembrance of what we will not accept in our lives anymore. That don't mean that we don't think we're better. We know what we want for ourselves. We know what we deserve for our lives. And what we deserve for our lives is what he has for us. And it has to be according to his plan for our lives. So I agree with that. I declare and decree it. And I touch it and receive it. And I speak that over y'all. I declare and decree that the life that he has for you, it is abundant. It is abundant. But the test that you're going to have to go through. Oh, the test. The world may not understand. Let me tell you, the world may not understand what you're going to have to go through, what you're going to have to face. Gold is refined in that fire. The diamond is polished under that extreme pressure. Just for you to have a winning season. And so a lot of us are either coming out of it, or in the middle of it, or just about to start it. But I want to encourage you, no matter what it is, Hold on to the faith. Hold on to his promises. Hold on to his word. Meditate on it. And I know I've been lacking. But I know these words to be true because he never lost a battle. He saved me from the snares of the fowler. Those who dug a pit for me. Those who practiced divination on me. The tax don't even work no more. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And King James, we know what it is. We, the body of believers, not man-made religion, not Christians, not Christianity, not Baptist, not Pentecostal, not Methodist, not Seventh-day Adventist, Apostolic, none of this stuff. Scientology, Muslim. I'm telling you, when I had the whole world coming after me, Yahuwah, my Aluah, he knows. And when he showed me who my enemy was, when he revealed to me who I am, and I accept my name, a lot of people know me by the name I was born into, but that's not my name. And y'all want to know my name, y'all already know who I am. Y'all already know who I am. It's been written about me. And the prophets spoke about me. King David spoke about me. He knew me before I was conceived in my mother's womb. And now, as he waking me up more and more and more, I accept of who I am and my calling is and why I'm here. And the world's not ready for it. Some family members knew, didn't want me to step into it. When I took my first breath, when I was brought in here, it was a shift in the atmosphere. I've been targeted for termination ever since I was born. And they could take my words. I'm telling you one thing. Touch not mine, nor do my prophets no harm. So no matter what you say, no matter how you twist these words, no matter how you use it to govern yourself, to strengthen your ministry, to make yourself look good, you forgot who sits on high and looks down on low. You forgot who knows the thoughts of man, who knew you before you was conceived in your mother's womb. He knows who's a rebellion against him. He knows who worship him in spirit and truth. He knows who worships him with their mouth, but their heart is far from him. He knows those who say, those who believe in the Torah, those who believe in the statutes, laws, and commandments, and he knows the ones that said that that's done and over with. He knows all, he sees all. We stand on his truth. His truth is to be obedient to his commandments, his statutes, and his laws. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not have any other things before him. Excuse me. To love him with our whole heart. Seek first the kingdom. This is how we pray. This is how we petition. This is how we love one another, uplift one another, encourage one another. You know, we do what we can. You know, if we are good stewards with the small things, how well he will bless you with the mighty things. A lot of y'all been blessed with mighty things and y'all forgot to be good stewards of the little things. I'm a victim of it too. I did it. But the thing is, we don't judge nobody by their appearance. It's the character of their heart. It's what's in their heart. It's what's been placed in them. Searches the heart daily. So you got to ask him. You got to ask yourself, is my heart pure? Is my heart really seeking after the kingdom, after seeking his face? Is my heart really into making a difference? What am I doing today that's going to help somebody out on this earth, to make them to have a better situation, better circumstances with it? Hey, I can be selfish as I want to, but I'm not selfish. But hey, I would want somebody to see me. Not because I'm asking, but what's in my heart and what's in the right thing to do. You know, we reach one, teach one, elevate each other. We want to inspire change. We want to give people hope. This is what we do. This is what he called for us to do, to give hope to those who are out here in this world that are lost, that are depressed, that are searching, that are crying. Why me? Why do I have to go through these things? Why every time I take steps forward, every time I try to be obedient, I get knocked back. I get knocked back. And the attacks keep getting stronger and stronger. New levels, new devils, new levels, new devils. All these things. I heard this saying, you ain't popping if you ain't got no haters. But if you ain't doing anything right, if you doing if you're doing everything wrong, that means, if you're doing things wrong, that means you lost. Satan already has you. He let you play around for a while, but already know who's in control until he says like, all right, I'm done. I take my hand off of you. You a lost cause. You ain't gonna change. I see your heart. I know. I give you a certain time to try to change your ways. You chose not to. That's a wrap. And a lot of y'all are going to have family members that's going to be gone, the ones you really care about. And it's going to be painful. It is going to be painful. And you never thought it's going to be the least you expected. Certain family, certain relationships, certain friendships. I ran into a friend of mine that I grew up with, that I hung out with. I saw him. I called his name. That dude looked at me with the hate on his face. And you never know who your enemies are. You never know who your enemies are. And it's sad. When you want to love people, you want people to see you. They see you, they see what your potential is, and they hate it and they jealous of it. And they're envious of it. But it's not your problem. And your job is to pray. It's to petition for them, to pull for them. I'm learning to use words and what words to use and what words not to use. But he knows the heart. He knows his children. He knows who is sincere in their walk, in their faith, in their belief, in their worship. The whole world's been led astray. People still calling on the name that this Roman Catholic Greek Gentile nation calls on. And we know it to be true, but patience. It's like repetition. It's been drilled in us as a people for how many years? 400 years, over 400 years. And this is what we know, and this is what we worship. But his word and his name has never left. It's just people are waking up. A lot of people been knowing his name, and it's been passed down. It's been in movies. I put these things out here for people to understand. But I want to read something. I'm going to read Proverbs 17. We're going to start with verse 11. Excuse me. Proverbs 17:11. The wicked pursue only rebellion, and a merciless messenger is sent against them. Face a bear robbed of her cubs, but never fools in their folly. If you return evil for good, evil will not depart from your house. The start of strife is like the opening of a dam. Check a quarrel before it bursts forth. Whoever acquits the wicked, whoever condemns the just, both are an abomination to Yahuwah. What is use is money in the hands of fools when they have no heart to acquire wisdom. Friend is a friend of all times, and a brother is born for the time of adversity. Those without sense give their hands in pledge, becoming surely for their neighbors. Those who love an offense love a fight. Those who build their gates high court disaster. The perverse in heart comes to no good, and the double tongue fall into trouble. Whoever conceives a fool has grief. The father of a numbskull has no joy. A joyful heart is the health of the body, but a depressed spirit dries up the bones. A guilty person takes out a bribe from the pocket, thus perverting the course of justice. On the countenance of a discerning person is wisdom, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. A foolish son is vexation to his father, and bitter sorrow to her who bore him. It is wrong to find an innocent person, but beyond reason to scourge nobles. Those who spare their words are truly knowledgeable, and those who are discreet are intelligent. Even fools keeping silent are considered wise. If they keep their lips closed, intelligent. There's a lot of wicked people. There's a lot of wicked people on this earth. Those are rebellion against the Most High. A lot of people love their money. They love their positions. A lot of people accept bribes to come after innocent people. And it's sad. A lot of them took bribes to come after y'all. And it's sad. A lot of them took bribes to come after me. When we do nothing to nobody but just love and want to see people win and want to be accepted and want to be loved and want to, but we're being subjected to these things where we didn't see the value in ourselves. That's why we now know what we deserve. We know how valuable we are because he see the value in us. Sometimes we have to be reminded. So I'm here to remind and let you know that you are valuable. You are important. You are a treasure. The Most High loves you. He cares for you. I love you and I care for you. And, these words are true. I won't lead you astray. And it's not my job. My job is to lead you, to guide you, to help you understand these are the things that's going to save your life. By surrendering to his will, by allowing him to provide for you the way he can, the only way he can. He gives us a chance every day when we wake up. And you have a choice. You have a choice. You have a choice in this situation, your life. You can choose to run it the way you want to run it, or you can choose to allow him to lead you. Listen to his voice. And I know it's hard to listen to his voice when you got so many distractions around you. I'm at the point where I do not accept the noise that around me because I'm in a wilderness. I'm in a place where man has no honor. I'm living in a city on these streets. But you know what? I'm grateful because he silenced the noise that's around me. And those who came up to me came after me with their gang stalking. I'm grateful that he silenced that noise because it is too much. And it's sad when you have a gang of people come after one person because you hated him so much, because you hated the creator so much, because you have no part with him and you didn't want his word to be true. And that's sad. That is rebellion. That's denying the Father and denying his Son. So it's why I say it's important to people to repent from their sins, from the words that said you once you said something, you can't undo what you did. So what you sow in this world, you're gonna reap. See, he has a funny way of making people for humbling people, for making people aware of their actions, of what they've done, how they treated his children, how they treated humanity. Sometimes he allowed you to see things. He allowed you to see the destruction of your family members and your friends and your community and your job. He might just keep you living and let you see everybody else turn their back on you. Everybody else leveling up but you. All the money that you have in the world is just automatically just gone because you decided to come and be an enemy of him. You made a mockery of his throne. You called him a liar. And you brought him down to your standards. Basically just being rebellion to him. This is what y'all did. And he allowed you. He gave you so much rope to hang yourself until you finally, when you came to that end of that rope and hung yourselves by being an enemy to him, by denying his Son, by coming against him, coming against his kingdom, and coming against his Son. Vengeance is his and his alone. He got the type of vengeance where it's better than man. Man's vengeance can't compare to the Most High vengeance. He can do things. He can choose to do anything he want to do and how he want to do it on his time. And his time is always perfect. So telling. A lot of people, y'all are sleeping. Y'all know this is what's going on. This is what's about to happen. I know some, because you had every opportunity to confess your sins and correct the rights of your wrong, to give back what you stole, to admit your faults, to turn from your wicked ways, and you chose not to. Not to revisit my past. My past is my past. I heal from it. Family members, certain situations, certain family members. There's a lot of family members. We got a big family. But there's some family members don't know. But there's a lot of family members that do know what was done to me, how I was treated. Like I said, I forgive myself, I forgive all things. And I speak back my power, I take my power back. But just hold on to faith, y'all. Hold on to faith. It's going to get better. You got to hope for it. You got to believe for it. He does the impossible. He gave us power to tell these mountains to move. And you got to be in agreement with his word. You got to stand on his word. You got to have that as your foundation. We stand on his word and we speak these mountains to move out of our lives. His word doesn't come back void. He's not a man that shall lie. He is spirit. He is powerful. He is supernatural. He is limitless. All things through the Mashiach. It gives us strength to move these mountains. So I want to petition over y'all tonight before I close. Gracious and Holy Father, Abba, Yahuwah, our Aluah, the Aluah of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Lord of the universe, to humans, to animals, creatures in the sea, birds in the air, to the Malachims, divine council, to the universe. He spoke this into existence. I just want to give you honor and glory, give you all esteem, all the praise. Thank you for discipline and correction. We thank you for your grace and your mercy and your love, your kindness and your forgiveness over our lives. I just ask you, Father, that you just move that Ruach HaKadosh, that spirit, that Holy Spirit, your consuming fire, move on this remnant, your children. Strengthen them in these days, Father. Comfort them as they go through it or while they're in the middle of it, even when they're coming out of it, and that some already been delivered from it. Father, I just pray that your spirit just stay with them and just keep them covered in these days going forward, because we need you. We cannot do nothing without you. If you're not the center of our life, teach us to be obedient. Teach us to seek you first, your face, your kingdom first, to store our riches, to cry out to you when we have it, and even when we don't have it. Mind us, Father, that you are in control of all these things. Even though we want out of this season, of this wilderness season. We want out, but you know what's best for us. You always have, and you always will. So I relinquish all control to the remnant, the people I love and care about. I release them to you because you know what's best. My situation, I release it to you because you know what's best for me. What you have for me, I stand in agreement with it. What you have for the body of believers, what you have for the remnant, for the 12 tribes of Yasharel, to the house of Yehuda, to humanity, foreigners and aliens alike, Father. You know what's best. I release them to you. I denounce and renounce every witchcraft, every altar, every dark covenant, every faction that rose against us as a people, as a nation, that rose against me, humanity, Father. I denounce and renounce it. I exile it. I bind it, send it to the abyss, to never to return. In your mighty name, Yahuwah, our Lord, we thank you for this moment, for this time that we have together. Thank you for pouring into me to speak my truth, to stand on my authority, to be able to lead, to be able to help, to be able to motivate, to be able to inspire change. Because you're the Father of us all. We are all like grass to you. It rains on the just and the unjust alike. You give and you take away. I praise you and I worship in the midst of you taking away from me. And I praise you and I thank you for what you're about to bring me to, what you already have given me. I thank you for being the center of my life, to being the center of our lives. You've never seen the righteous forsaken, and your word doesn't come back void. We love you. We honor you. We give you all the esteem, all the glory. Hallelujah. Amen. Brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, elders alike, foreigners and aliens, backsliders. Just want to tell you that I love y'all. I petition for y'all. And I hope for better days coming forward. Hold on to faith. Hold on to your trust and your belief. Hold on to his word. Tie it around your neck. Keep it in your mind. Keep it in your heart. Use it as your feet. And he's a lamp unto our feet and a light on our path. He's our shield. He's your shield and buckler. He's your rock. I am the light that's on the hill that cannot be hidden. I am a co-creator. So I'm grateful and thankful we'll be able to speak with you today. Hope to see you real soon. Aluah, Barak you, and keep you for the rest of your days.